this is Amy.
And I'm Nick.
And we're Karmin, and you're watching Wrap Up TV. It wasn't always something that I knew I could do. You know, rapping it's such a silly thing. I grew up in a conservative home in Nebraska, a very Christian home.
Big hip-hop area.
Big hip-hop area. I wasn't allowed to really listen to anything with the parental advisory sticker, so that kind of limited my enjoyment of rap music, especially in the 90s when it was so great. But my boyfriend in middle school burned me a copy of Chronic 2001, Dr. Dre.
If you go from no rap to Chronic 2001.
Yeah. I was like, this is the best thing I've ever heard. So I'd lay up at night in my bed with my Walkman and just jam. And by the time I got to college in Boston and met this guy, I was exposed to a lot more culture. So I saw kids like freestyling on the streets and stuff, and I still can't freestyle, unfortunately, taking lessons.
Not yet. You'll get it.
Someday. But he heard me practicing back when we were doing the Karmin covers on YouTube, and he was like, we got to post something with you rapping. I think it'll do really well, and it did, and I'm very thankful. I think our favorite album together of all time is My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yeah, we kind of that was the first album that kind of made the new Karmin. That kind of really started her rapping and everything. That was kind of the one that woke us up, I guess.
It was very inspiring. We have met Kanye West.
Yeah, he's got gold teeth. Diamond teeth. What is it?
He has diamond teeth. Only in the bottom.
Some kind of element, a rock or something. Mercury teeth.
I think when our Look at Me Now cover on YouTube blew up last year, we kind of got shout outs from a lot of cool people. Kanye was obviously met with us, but also The Game reached out and supported us big time on Twitter. So I can't wait to meet him. We still haven't met him.
Yeah, no, he was really dope. That was awesome.
Big Sean is one of our buddies from back in the day. So it's been really awesome. And meeting our idol Kanye was like surreal. Do you remember that?
I do. It was in the lobby of the Tribeca Grand in New York, and him and Jay were upstairs recording Watch the Throne. So we came down you talked for 2 hours.
Yeah, I was like, are we really worth your time?
And he was super chill, man. He was just we looked at him and, straight in the eye. We were like, Kanye, I'm hungry.
Yes.
No, we were like, Kanye, your album changed how we think about hip hop, or in general, just woke us up. And he was like, thank you. He genuinely respond. It was very cool. It was more or less just kind of a meeting to kind of just see for him to feel us out, I guess, to kind of see what was going on.
Yeah, he listened to some of our music, and we kind of talked about our songwriting and recording process, and it turns out they're very similar creatively. But yeah, I don't think we ever got a formal offer. It was just kind of, because we actually had just come from a meeting with L.A. Reid. That day. We were an hour late to meet Kanye, so don't tell anyone. That was embarrassing.
But him and his whole team, they were awesome.
Amazing. We hope to work with him and the team sometime in the future. We did meet Nicki Minaj.
We've met Nicki a couple of times. She was awesome. She was very, very nice, very supportive, actually.
Yeah, I have a huge girl crush on her. I really look up to her because I remember when she dropped Your Love a couple years back, kind of her first single, and I was like, this girl is going to change the game for female MCs. This is a huge deal.
I remember her from Kanye's album on Monster.
Oh yeah, on Monster. And I was like, this is the first, nobody's done this for so long. It's so empty right now. So she's one of the people that really inspired me to jump into it and start rapping. So when we met her and she was like, what you guys do is so epic and you're cute too. And I was like, I love you. I love you.
I want to hang out and get coffee.
Let's be friends.
Performing at the BET Awards, that was probably your favorite day.
Probably
in the
world. Best day of my life. Yeah.
Amy secretly wants to be a black person.
Is that okay to say?
Is that okay? I don't know.
I'm not sure. It's kind of a sick. I have this.
But it's true.
I'm like, please, I want to be cool. Being embraced by the hip hop community is just priceless. I mean, having that cover song, the Look at Me Now thing, go up on World Star Hip Hop the next day, I was mortified, but also super psyched the next day. And I think we have to thank them a lot for helping us out with that. And,
absolutely.
And to wrap up for always supporting us. And it's crazy. Wrap up.com.